Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, welcome to our movie episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's jacking off to a light with me tonight?
Oh, there goes the censor for the goddamn video. I be Joe Butler, and ye be not asking me questions about the Lighthouse,
And Phoebe Stanton, and it's so beautiful.
I'm Bill Tucker from A Gamer Looks at 40, and that happens so much.
And after a long 2 months hiatus, a stranger has reappeared.
Hi, everybody, it's
neat?
professional bean spiller, Kenneth Sanity.
Very good.
No, I was supposed to do
It's
yours,
fu-
Bill, for Eyes Wide Shut, but I
Oh.
completely forgot. I've already
That's
released
okay.
two
I'm
episodes.
sorry. I totally ruined that. If you want to redo that beginning, I'll think of something more clever than me just farting into the microphone. I can not really.
Oh, no,
actually.
it's
I wasn't
fine.
really making
Why
fart noises.
would you want to change that?
I'll amplify. Oh,
I don't know.
You should add an echo to it.
There are little effects on there, Mike, to get, I mean, it's not like you have nothing else better to do. Yeah. It's
don't know
funny
how
you said bean spiller,
unfortunately.
Ken. I tell my daughter all the time. I think I started saying this after I saw this for the first time. My daughter has a tendency to not keep secrets. Like if someone's has a present or a surprise. So I always tell her, you got to stop spilling the beans, Gwen. And she starts laughing hysterically. And she's like, I don't spill the beans. And like, you are a professional bean spiller. And then after a while, she goes, stop. But it's it's very funny that she said bean spiller. Spilling your beans.
I mean, there was a 1986 Milton Bradley game called Don't Spill the Beans that I had.
Oh,
when I was a kid.
God.
Let's
Great
go.
fucking game. Not
Let's
anywhere
go.
close to this movie, but a great game.
Yeah.
We had to get rid of my game because whenever me and my sister played it, I would eat the beans.
Joe.
They did
Why?
look like real beans you could eat, to be fair.
Oh, they weren't?
I mean, you could eat them. They're just plastic. I mean, we already are full of plastic, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm really full of plastic apparently then.
So, yeah, I mean, apparently there's microplastics in all parts of our bodies, they found out. So, hey.
And in the rain. We're doomed. Much like the two characters of this movie.
Shooting fucking Nerf darts over here.
So,
Lucky.
we are here to talk about The Lighthouse 2019 film, directed by Robert Eggers, written by Robert and Max Eggers, and came out, production company A24, and came out in 2019.
Wow, it's so wild that it's been like 6 years since this movie came out.
I saw 2019 in it. I was like, this is a pre-COVID movie. It's hit me for some reason that this is a 6-year-old movie. It's shocking to me.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Before COVID, we have a movie of two of the best actors of their time being isolated in a building by themselves. What could have possibly happened the following year that could be a warning for this?
Like on the world's tiniest island, too. On the world's tiniest film, no less.
Literally a rock in the middle of the ocean. Blake's place.
I mean, yes, there are smaller islands that people live on, but just the fact that the aspect ratio of the movie itself adds to the claustrophobia, brilliant.
What claustrophobia? What are we talking about? Oh, wait, we already did that.
We didn't
Did
do
we?
a plot summary.
Yes, we did.
though. Yes.
We did not. True.
Or
Go,
maybe-
Ken.
Oh, yeah, that's my job. There's a thin line between love and hate, as well as one between reality and hallucination, and between sanity and madness. Young and old, or Tommy and Thomas, are about to hopscotch across all of them. After 4 weeks manning a solitary lighthouse at sea, a freak storm strands the duo much longer than anticipated. As they stop being polite and start being real, their relationship swings wildly and the booze flows freely, with one question lingering over everything. What is the secret of the lighthouse, and is it worth killing over?
Sir, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Who's Tommy? I remember a character named Ephraim Winslow.
You weren't paying attention in the last half then.
No.
I'm assuming she's joking.
Yeah.
Right, Phoebe?
Well, no, it's just the fact that for the majority of the movie, Robert Pattinson goes by Ephraim, and then we find out that the real name.
I thought you were
Yes.
joking.
That's why he's referring to Tommy and Tommy, I think. Yeah.
But since Ephraim is a literal dead name, I will not be acknowledging it. Hashtag
Yes.
ally.
And you're right. I'm the
Word.
asshole.
Okay.
So before we go into memories, I just want to ask you. So Phoebe, how much did you relate to this movie? Living in the middle of nowhere with just one other person.
We're just starting, huh? This is what we're doing.
We are 5 minutes in.
Yeah, with no escape. The boat's never coming. You're just gonna keep working those gears, huh? Oh God. Oh God, it is Parker.
It's like a 2-person production of Metropolis.
I don't know what that is.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting analogy.
The new one or the original?
Oh, the original.
I was gonna say
They aren't both great.
For you new kids out there who listen to the podcast, this would be your old man Yowie you're so excited about. Or as the kids say nowadays, your alphas and your omegas.
Joe, you're such an unk.
Are we just doing Omega First shit now? What's going on?
I don't know.
I
Joey
either.
and an old head over here.
When I hear Alpha
I didn't say
Omega, I
I'll
think
take
of Xenogears, which I know is not what you're referencing. So
When I hear Alpha and Omega, I think of that weird furry wolf movie.
Oh, yeah, that exists.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
I had a friend that
It's a trilogy too.
yeah. I had a friend that owned the poster of the girl wolf, and I'm like, dude, you have issues. And that's why we don't talk to him anymore.
all
Oh,
right,
God.
let's start with memories.
We have some memories. Yeah, go for it.
So I've never
yes.
seen this movie before. I knew it existed. I was sort of interested in it. Yeah, so I never saw it until a couple days ago for this recording. That's all my history. So really nothing. Joe.
So I'm gonna get a little weird. I apologize. And this is our second advanced warning for this movie, because we're gonna get really weird about this movie and talking about shit. So either take us off your fucking speaker and put on some earphones, or don't have this on the radio when someone's sitting next to you. But anyways, I've never seen this movie. My husband refused to see this movie. The Huz, let's call him the Huz. Everyone knows going to learn I'm calling him the Huz. The Huz never wanted to watch this movie because we were told that Robert Pattinson jacks off into a steak. I was sorely fucking disappointed that did not happen in this movie. Someone owes me an apology. I don't know who, but someone does.
Yeah, it's a reference. He would like to, but he actually never does. It's hard to get good beef, I guess, on the rock in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We will talk about that.
You live off lobster, though. And Phoebe.
Despite wanting to see every single one of this director's films, I have no history with them. I remember when this movie came out, really wanted to see it, but figured nobody else that I was living with at the time wanted to see it. And so this is my first viewing, and I was not disappointed.
All right. And Bill.
I saw this in theaters when it came out. I'm a big fan of the director. Phoebe, you should have done what I did and just saw it by yourself, as I see most of my movies. Just go. We don't need people to see movies.
I don't drive, and there is no public transport. The theater is 30 minutes away. So
Gotcha. Okay, I did not know that piece of it. Okay, so that I'm sorry. That's a total bummer.
However, once this move to where Mike lives happens, I will never go to a movie with another person.
It's really
I'll be doing a lot more solo viewings.
Yes, I don't know why some people require other people to go to a movie with, and I never understood it. It seemed it's already a solo experience. I've been to movies with people and regretted it, where it's kind of like I want to talk about it and dissect it afterwards, and they just want to have a good time, and I'm like, it's not fun. I'll go to a movie with Ken Sanity. We'll go to a movie with Mike Albertin because we'll sit there and dissect it for a half an hour, at some point. But most people are just a letdown when it comes to seeing movies with them. But yeah, I saw this one in theaters. I loved it when I first saw it. This is my favorite Robert Eggers movie. Yeah, this is number 1, I think, on the list. It's hard to replace The Witch, but boy, oh boy, this is so good. And I'm delighted to talk about it. And thank you for waiting 2.5 months. This was meant to come out a long time ago. Yes. And thank you, Mr. Albertin, for holding off for me, because this is a treat.
Yeah, of course. I held off with a few for you and for other people, so I do that when I can. And Ken.
I saw this movie in theaters by myself back when it came out, and I was very taken by it, as I was taken by The Witch before it, as I continued to be taken by Nosferatu. Still haven't watched The Norseman yet. I really need to watch The Northman, but at some point I'll watch that.
Be forewarned. Be forewarned. Nosferatu is unbearably horny.
Was this movie not?
Yeah.
Nosferatu
Yeah,
is
that's
really
fair.
good for a nap, by the way. I had a
Wow.
really good
jeez.
nap
Oh,
that day.
Fucking Christ.
Someone kept hitting me and waking me up. So
Good.
Nosferatu is so good. It's really,
I
really
need to
good.
rewatch it. And then when I realized this is the same director, I was like, oh. I did really like
What
Witch,
was
though.
it? Tiff that was hitting you?
Yes. Amy wake me up.
She,
Wouldn't let me
she was
go to
doing the
sunlight.
Lord's work that day.
I'm tired. I was just tired that day. It was just not a good day to go watch a 2.5-hour movie.
That happens.
Yeah.
That totally happens.
You know, you were talking about what is it? Being in a movie theater, Bill. You say that, but I had to sit there for 4.5 hours to watch the Kill Bill movie, and holy fuck, am I never doing that again?
I did
Yeah.
the exact same thing about
Did
last
you-
week. I sat through 4.5 hours of Kill Bill, and I loved it. And I was basically almost alone in the theater. It was a very pretty day in Austin, Texas, and most people were outside enjoying the sunshine. You know, getting that last minute Christmas shopping done. I don't know what people do, and I'm in a Saturday just sitting in a theater from 1 to 5:30 ish, watching Kill Bill, and I looked around, and I'm like, me and these 10 other maniacs are the only weirdos who were going to sit on a beautiful 75-degree day and watch Kill Bill uninterrupted.
What's-
It was
What
You
75
people
degrees
had
in
a
December?
15-minute long intermission, if memory
Sure
serves.
did. Sure
You are weak. I sat through Return of the King.
Wow, that's listen. Again, we're not going around talking about Kill Bill, but it's remarkable how well paced that movie is. That 4.5 hours really doesn't feel like it. So I don't know, Joe, you're more sane than I, because I enjoy dark spaces and popcorn and big screens, and I will go to my grave enjoying these things as they become further and further niche.
I can't believe you had 10 people. My theater was packed.
It was again a beautiful day in December in the afternoon, because I like going to matinees because there's less people there. So it's just
Fair.
by myself. It's great. It is.
Watched it at home.
Oh, so good. Anyway,
I want to.
but this movie, boy oh boy, is this movie good. Yeah, we've already talked a bit about Robert Eggers, the director. He's done 5 movies now, and this one ranks as one of my favorites. Probably my favorite for sure. Yeah, he is one of the auteur directors. I know people chafe at that word, but he really is. He's one of those kind of it directors in Hollywood who kind of makes what he wants, and the studios just let him do his thing. And you get strange tales of insanity like The Lighthouse.
You really do.
Something about Eggers' films that really it hit me this time is that they feel like they're relics from another time. Each one of them is made differently, shot differently. The visual composition is its own, and none of them feel like they were made today or when they were made, you know?
Fair.
It feels like these are things that have fallen out of time through some sort of wormhole, and we're able to watch them now, because this one especially very much seems a product of the late 1800s, early 19s.
Yeah, and even everything from the way he shot it to the lenses he used. As the story goes, he used a lot of very old lenses and lenses that were specially designed, capture this natural light. Actually, it's not natural light. A lot of the scenes have intense lighting on them. He has certain filters built specially for this movie. It's in this very square aspect ratio. It looks stunning. Like this black and white. As I was reading up on this after my viewing, he use a specific filter that filters out red light. So in these black and white shots, they're very contrasty. So you can see every nook and cranny on the actors' faces and every pore and messed up thing on their bodies and faces. It's a really striking visually, and lends to that dreamlike feeling, because this whole movie feels like a very twisted, weird dream that's rooted in something very real and grounded. It's kind of remarkable.
It was so interesting just how dark the black is. Like, it's ebony. There's a shot where it's just one of them, and there's kind of a table in the foreground. And I thought the film had been cut, like the film reel itself or whatever had been cut. But then the whites, like the light, is so blinding. This is the perfect movie to watch just completely in the dark.
Yes.
You kind of
Yes,
have
And
to.
let
yes,
it
yes.
envelop and swallow you.
I had to turn
Plus,
off all lights in my house when I watched this, and I had to get subtitles because I couldn't understand shit they were saying until I had subtitles
Oh,
on.
you'll turn off the lights for this, but not the Batman.
thank you.
There's a reason we're recovering that movie, okay? Now
That's a
that
good
Bill's
movie,
back,
too.
we're going to recover it at some point coming up here. So it's on my to-do list. Same as Penguin. I promised you guys that.
Speaking of the Batman, I believe this came out like the same time that Robert Pattinson got confirmed to be the Batman.
Yep. It came back like a couple weeks before. Yes. And he was very cagey about saying, yes, I am the Batman. And then finally he was able to admit it. But yes, this came out right around that time.
And Mr. Big Dick himself, Green Goblin Mastermind,
Oh,
William
Daddy
Dafoe.
Defoe.
Right, now I have Antichrist in my head. Thanks, Joe.
Well, that's what you get for watching a Lars von Trier movie.
I have yet to see Antichrist. I don't think I'm going to. I don't know.
I don't think you would really gel with it.
I don't know if I would. And listen, I watch some weird stuff. I know enough about it where I don't know. That may be a shade too far. I'm not a big Lars von Trier fan. Anyway, I respect him. I don't particularly like him. I like Melancholia a lot. I think it's a great movie.
I was about to say Melancholia might be the one that's at your speed.
No, I've seen a lot of his stuff. I've seen Dogwood. I've seen a good sampling of Lars von Trier stuff, and I just don't know if I want to see it. What Dogwood is. I like Dogwood. I do like Dogtooth more, but that's a different
I have
director
no idea
and
what you guys are
different
talking
story.
about. That's okay.
But anyway, yeah, I'm not a big Lars von Trier fan. I don't know if I'll ever see Antichrist. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe.
You can see the
And then
Antichrist on TV. Just turn on the news sometime when they're looking at the White House.
No,
There's
you're stupid to be the Antichrist.
Ken, is there a Lars von Trier movie on the poster?
No,
Oh, that's right. You know the movies.
Yeah, he found the poster.
I do.
Oh boy.
Spider-Man, I need you to hammer these nails into my dick.
Stop.
Point being, Willem Dafoe is amazing in everything he does, and this is no
Yes!
exception.
Yeah.
This was the movie. Like I like Robert Pattinson as an actor. I don't continue to hold Twilight against him. It wasn't his fault. It was the money. I don't blame him for that. More importantly, before this, High Life came out, and if y'all haven't seen High Life, cool buddy,
not.
directed by Claire Denis.
Oh, okay. I've
It
not
is
seen
a
that.
solid damn movie, also from A24.
Huh. They know what they're doing there at A24 for sure.
Yeah,
I
they
like
do.
Robert. I remember the first time I saw Robert Pattinson was in a movie called The Rover, I think, and he was. I think that's right. Let me hang on a second.
It's also in a
Yes,
movie
The
called Harry
Rover
Potter.
from 2014.
Yeah, and I remember seeing him in that and being like, "Oh my gosh, he's actually really good." Wait a minute, I thought he was the bad Twilight guy, and he was excellent in The Rover. So that was the
Problem,
first
those
time I
movies
saw
have nothing
him.
to do
As,
with him. It just
No,
the
he's-
script is
he's the-
awful.
Have y'all
oh, you
seen
mean Twilight? Oh.
Yeah, the dialogue is awful.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I saw when I was in the mental hospital. When I was in the mental hospital, not the full experience. Recently, over more the weekend of this year, they showed one of the Twilight movies, maybe the second one. I don't know. They were just
It's a good
watching it
movie.
in the ward, and like, really, you think? I don't know
I
because
don't.
When I saw it,
they
all those
spend a
years
lot of
ago,
time.
I liked it.
They spend a lot of time not doing anything and just moping. They
Yep, that's the second one.
they just spend a lot of time not doing anything. And I don't know. So I don't know. I have a funny feeling you'll make me watch these movies at some point.
Been threatening to for years.
But I will say that Robert Pattinson's an excellent actor, and I'm glad that he's getting the respect he deserves in the roles he wants.
It's about damn time, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Totally.
Because what started it for me was his movie Remember Me.
Who has
I
not
remember-
seen that?
Oh God, that movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
that movie. Oh
I have no idea
boy.
what you guys are talking
boy.
about.
Like it's a perfectly fine romance until the last 5 minutes.
Piece
And
of
you're
junk.
like, oh dear God.
What, you don't like the plot twist that is 9/11?
Yeah, it's a stealth 9/11 movie. Surprise.
Man, early
Ugh.
post 9/11 was crazy.
Early
9/11.
post 9/11, you don't remember the first season of Fringe. That was only like 5 years afterward.
Oh,
The only-
Fringe.
The
I
only
watched
thing
that.
the only thing funnier than post 9/11 was day after 9/11 and what songs are banned on the radio
Love that. You should drop a link to that in the show notes. It's so good. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but
No.
It's a tangent. Robert Pattinson was in a 9/11 movie. Fucking good
We do
movie.
tangents all the time on this podcast. Nothing
Yeah.
new.
But yeah, Robert Pattinson he's great in everything pretty much. And he's especially great in this.
Oh, he killed it. They both did.
Yeah.
And when you have a movie that is essentially just a two-hander and you're just stuck with them, Ryan Reynolds got lucky and buried. He just had himself. If he would have had to play with anybody else, you don't cast Ryan Reynolds in that movie.
Oh, no, he was really good at playing with himself in this movie.
I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did, honestly. He commits. He commits.
God, that mustache is ugly.
I don't know.
But it helps transform him. It really does feel, like you said, Ken, a movie that was just lost to time.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because Robert Pattinson doesn't. Willem Dafoe can't help it. Like, he just is Willem Dafoe. We can't.
Buddy, this comes
we
on.
can't
He's
help
good at it, doing it.
Oh, yeah.
He does what he do, and we're all richer for it.
I need more Willem Dafoe movies. Actually, he hasn't been in a lot of stuff recently.
There was something like High Rise or Rise or something.
High Rise was Hiddleston.
No. It's the one where he's a thief and he gets
Inside.
trapped in the apartment.
I think that was Inside.
Is it?
I think so.
You
We
should
did.
watch that one, Joe.
There's Boondock
Okay.
Saints. If you ever never seen that, he's in that
But-
too.
Yeah, perfect
Have you seen
movie.
Have you seen Daybreakers, the vampire movie he's in?
That movie's awesome.
Once.
It's awesome.
Am I thinking the right one? 2009 or so?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
With
Sam
Ethan
Neill,
Hawke?
the one we're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, that movie's great.
I saw it in theaters. I did not like it. That was a long time ago.
Anyways,
Rants.
so the whole concept of this movie is, which is a real thing that happens. That is it. Robert Eager, is that right?
Robert Eggers.
Robert Eagers. Robert Eager talks about it. Something that actually he learned about, which is something that they actually do, where they make people go out on islands, these even small islands, where they man a lighthouse. And what year is this, by the way? Like,
We're never
okay.
given a direct time, but considering the jobs that they've taken in the
1890s.
past, yeah, they say that in 1875 he was supposed to be a sailor. So, like Ken said, probably late 19th century, early 20th.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good way. I mean, yeah, they never say, but you can kind of estimate based on what's happening. I mean, it's loosely based on a real story.
Well, it's
Yes.
loosely based on a real story and also an unfinished short story by Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh,
I
didn't know
didn't
that.
know.
Hmm.
Apparently, Edgar Allan Poe wrote an unfinished short story called The Lighthouse, and it wasn't really fleshed out well, but
I mean,
it started based on that. And then there was a real life incident at the Smalls Lighthouse in Wales, where two of the lighthouse keepers, called Wickies, both were named Thomas, one of whom died while trapped during a storm. So I'd say less inspiration, more full lifting, but who cares?
There's also a story where 3 people were at a lighthouse and they disappeared.
There's also a separate story, which is the reason why they do 2 people now, where they had a man that he did this by himself. And I think the same thing happened where a storm happened and they couldn't give him the 3 months, and they basically said they found him and he was unrecognizable and a completely different person.
Well, I mean, isolation will do that to you. It will fuck
As
you up.
we know, thanks 2020.
I forget that because
yeah.
I just went to work every day, fortunately and fortunately.
Yeah, I did too.
So for me, there was no isolation. It was just, go to work. Okay. Wear a mask, get yelled at. All right.
Stop being essential.
Just stop being essential.
Yeah. I mean,
just stop
at least
doing.
At least it didn't work for GameStop because they were essential too, But yes, I can see that this movie coming out a year before the pandemic is kind of like, that's some irony right there.
So are we going to blame him? Is it his fault?
No.
I think it is.
Blame somebody else. But I think that you don't need to hear that right now.
So these 2 men are marooned on this island, and one thing that I very much love about this movie is that both characters are essentially unreliable narrators.
Yes.
such
Very much
in the
so.
such in the fact that we start off this movie where Robert Pattinson goes to like lay in the bed and he finds like a weird bone mermaid.
I love that it just instantly starts. That there's no getting to know each other the fun already starts within the first 5 minutes with that stupid epitaph of a mermaid.
That
Whether or
confused
not-
me. So, like, with this movie, I was very confused. Like, I still, and I know that's part of the movie, I don't know what's real and what's not.
Nah, I don't.
What-
You're not supposed to.
We're,
Yeah.
we're hopping all over the place. We
Yeah,
can give our own senses. So I'll go ahead and go for what I basically did. They're basically both fucking with each other to an extent. Is the way I saw this whole movie.
Okay.
I
Fair way.
took a lot of it at face value, but it doesn't help with my interpretation of the film. By which I mean, like, it fuels my interpretation, but I think my interpretation is crazy.
And
I want to hear
and
your
if you,
interpretation.
oh, go for it, please. Yeah.
I think we'll get to it later.
Yeah, I think the events in this movie, again, if you've heard me on this show any of the last 150 times I've been on here, you know I usually take things pretty literally. And so I honestly think there is a bit of I think they're both manipulating each other. I think that that Tommy, not the sorry, brain stopped working for a second. I think the older sea dog is just being an old tar. Like that's just how he is, and he's working his poor lad to the bone and messing with him. But I also do believe that Robert Pattinson is going completely insane. And at the end, when he's going through, when the salty sea dog, he finds out that he's written all these negative things about him. When he was like, no, everything's been great. I'm putting you down in my book as top rate and working you hard. And then he discovers that he wrote all of these different, basically saying that he did nothing in the many, many, many weeks that they are on this rock. I actually believe it. I think that's absolutely 100% correct. I think he spent hours in the supply shed self-abusing as he wrote it. And I think he was losing his mind, not being helped by the salty sea dog that was his employer and his boss. But I actually take that at face value. Now, I don't think Willem Dafoe is a victim here at all. I think he creates a lot of this, but I take it all at this very face value. Again, I don't know why I default to that when I watch movies, but that's just how I roll.
Well, you're looking at probably the way the movie wants you to look at it, to be completely honest.
Well, I don't think the movie wants. I think the movie wants you to have this conversation. I don't think Robert Eggers wants you to really be clear on anything going on.
Oh yeah, no.
That's part of the joy of the movie. I think as part of the joy of this movie is that you get to make your own determination on how literally or figuratively you take everything.
Even the genre is up in the air. Like, one reviewer called this movie a comedy. If you go to Wikipedia, there is no genre for the film. It's just called, it is a 2019 film directed and produced by Robert Eggers.
Yeah, the film has defied genre categorization in media, leading to multiple interpretations from critics. Yeah, there it is.
I disagree with that, but like, this is just it's a horror isolation movie. I mean, that, I think, the best way to look at it. I mean, that's what it is. It shows you what happens when you're isolated, when you don't have human contact except for one person, and it's a horror movie, I would say, too.
See, because now my brain's concocting new ideas because of that one line and what Bill says, because here's Robert Pattinson's character trying to reinvent himself, and then he finds that book near the end where it's just all of the rave reviews of his performance. And the question now becomes, is this a two-person job? Or is he hallucinating Willem Dafoe the entire time and he's writing the reviews of himself?
I have a deeper question for you then.
Okay.
If he's not, if this even is a two-person job, who's to say the line of dialogue that William Dafoe says at one point, because it's brought up randomly when he's arguing, he says, "How long have we been here? 6 months? 2 days? Or are you dying from that logging incident that you had?" And the end of the movie is Robert Pattinson getting his eyes and his innards getting pecked up by seagulls with a bunch of wood in the back. So who's to say that
and the lighthouse is gone in that final shot. It is just an empty island. And like I said, there's so many different ways you can interpret this film.
What about you, Ken? Where's your take?
My take is yes.
Yeah, I had a funny feeling that was coming.
see, my take is classic Lovecraft.
I would. Okay, when I said yes, I meant everything but Lovecraft.
Okay, so I'm not going with like. Okay, I think it has a little thing of Cthulhu mythos, but more that sense of the isolationism, the going mad just over the most basic of things, slowly being depraved of humanity. But it's the final, it's like the third to last shot that pulled me over the edge towards something deeper, because there are parts of the movie where Robert Pattinson is trying to get a glimpse through the grating of what's in the lantern, and he's seeing tentacles and the like, and me being a smartass is going, of course. But then that third to last shot of him at the lantern, and the lantern stops spinning, and it's hard to tell, but figuring out the dimensions of that thing, it feels like it's 7-sided, and when you have a 7-sided or a thing of 7 circles, which is what this lantern is, throughout the movie we just see the spinning circles. 7 silver orbs or circles is very common for interpreting Yog-Sothoth. Now, do I really think it's Lovecraftian? Maybe, maybe not, but it's definitely a fable, because like that final shot of the seagulls eating his stomach and everything, he finally got the fire that he was asking for, and now he is the Prometheus on the rock.
Yeah, see, you hit on it. If I'm going to go literary, I'm going much, much older, with Prometheus getting his liver et, and with Proteus, the shape-shifting guardian of knowledge.
Which Willem Dafoe even says as he's being buried alive.
Yeah, he says Protean and Promethean. Like, he flat out is like, here's your references.
Which would make sense, since Proteus is like a river deity or something, and what?
I see.
A water deity that's not Poseidon. And what happens throughout the film? Robert Pattinson keeps fucking with tradition, whether or not the mermaid is real or not, or if he's just.
That's definitely not real. That's all I
don't know if that mermaid was real or not. First of all, what a giant body part that she had that he was going to town on. But the giant vagina, yes. But the fact that whether or not that was real, he's still doing it to the actual scrimshaw of the little statue. And I think defiling yourself to the image of a creature of the sea would probably piss off a water deity. But then, what's the one rule that Willem Dafoe's character is constantly telling him? Don't mess with the seagulls. You don't kill a seagull. They're the souls of former sailors, like checking up on us. And it's a one-eyed seagull, which is hilarious, because turns out Willem Dafoe killed his one-eyed original partner. Or maybe not. Who knows? And God, that scene was so brutal.
When he kills the bird?
Yeah, when she finally grabs it and starts smashing on the rock over and over for a good minute. They could have cut out at any point, and instead you get a full 30 seconds extra.
It's really weird, because we watch a lot of horror movies. A lot of us do watch horror movies, and I usually don't have a lot of issues with horror movies and people death. Animal death kind of does put a weird
Yeah, it hits differently.
Yeah, it hits differently. But funny enough, I have a weird theory on that as well that we could bounce around onto if you want to.
Please
go for it.
So we get to that. I actually like Bill's idea of Robert Pattinson not doing anything, because it leans in something else that I think happened. So Robert Pattinson fucks with a bird, and he tells Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe tells him, "Don't fuck with the seagulls," blah blah blah. And he sees him fuck with the seagulls a second time. I think Willem Dafoe purposely fucking threw dead seagulls and shit into the water. In the
cistern?
Yeah. I think Willem Dafoe purposely did that to him to teach him a lesson to not fuck with seagulls, and it backfired. Because I don't think it was I think it was a bunch of garbage and dead animals, ones that were already dead. But funny enough, it ends up fucking them over supernaturally, because Robert Pattinson killing that one-eyed seagull is what causes the storm to roll in.
Yeah, I think there's a mix here, and so again, I think my end thoughts on this are, I think Ron Patterson is losing his mind, but there is but the legends of the seagulls and the monsters of the sea, those are very much so real. And I agree with you, Joe. I think when he did kill the seabird, that's when he sets in motion all of these supernatural sort of things. This is described as by Robert Eggers as a weird tale, and I think that's very apt because it's exactly like a weird tale where it really does defy genre. And actually, Robert Eggers lobbied for this to be included as a comedy for the Golden Globes. Like, he considers a comedy, which tells you a little bit about Robert Eggers. And his head is
This is not a comedy.
Okay.
there
are a lot of
humorous
funny bits of this film.
There's funny bits in this, but yeah, I don't think I would label this as a comedy. I think this is the two men, one losing his mind, the other bound to duty, with a mean streak a mile long, clashing, and the end result being both of their demises.
Well,
Two
William
storms
Dafoe,
clashing together. Yeah.
He's a terrible boss.
Oh, he's horrible,
Yeah.
and he's driving him to madness for his own whatever reason. But
He's an asshole.
He's poking the wrong bull. This guy's not wired on straight. And when Robert Pattinson spills his beans and says, "Hey, I watched someone die."
Murder.
Smart Willem Dafoe should have laid off a little bit and been like, "Oh, this guy's not quite wired for sound," but booze and sexual frustration, I guess, take over. And we should probably be talk a bit about that theme, which is very, very heavy and prevalent in this as well. The sexual tension between the two leads and all of those themes as well. But I take it as a pretty literal story with supernatural elements. That's kind of where I live in it. And all the mermaid stuff and the tentacles and all that, I think that's all just figments of Robert Pattinson's wackadoo, his crumbling psyche.
It really doesn't help that they quote unquote find the rations and it's just more alcohol. Like they are
more booze.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is exclusively vodka.
But I think that makes sense. I mean, somebody would have hid more vodka because normally you would get more rations because the boats are going to come, or you have a lot or something, but you only have so much vodka.
So
everybody knows that the best alcohol is aged alcohol, and you age alcohol in the dark. You don't got a basement, so where are you going to put it? You're going to bury it in the ground.
So we're doubly tangent too. So when Robert Pattinson, I fully believe when he found the mermaid and the mermaid screams at him, I fully believe he is so off his like not being all there, is that he legitimately found a seal and the seal screamed back and he freaked out and ran away. Because remember,
try to fuck it.
I mean, they did used to fuck those back in the day. That's why I'm probably. I was like, I'm pretty.
We did used to think like walruses and seals were mermaids. That's even a joke in an Netflix cartoon called Disenchanted.
Yeah, so I firmly believe that's what happened. Is he was so out of it that he thought a seal or a walrus was the mermaid. That's why when it screamed, it was actually a sea mammal screaming at him and him running away.
Man, that makes that sex scene a lot more disturbing.
Yes, it does.
But also, I also firmly believe both Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe's characters are both unbearably gay, big homosexual men.
Oh yeah, they almost kiss.
I say that. Well, going deeper in that, Robert Pattinson, whenever he does do the deed of spilling his beans to Willem Dafoe, I firmly believe that what happened was he was in love with his boss. Same situation too. He was in love with his boss. His boss probably told him to fuck off. So when his back was turned, he hit him in the fucking head with the fucking spear, like he told Willem Dafoe. And he ran away from being scared. Willem Dafoe has a fake story where he tells people he fucked a bunch of nuns so much he fucked up his leg. And then later in the movie, our Pattinson tells him, if your leg's fucked up, then why do I see you running around a lot? To which he gets on him saying it's fake. So that's Willem Dafoe's fake straight story he tells people so they don't know he's gay. That's why the sexual tension between them is very thin. Like they probably smell atrocious too, by the way. And
who says it? You smell like old common piss and farts, and it's like, oh.
I mean, you're shitting in a pot beneath your bed. You ain't gonna smell good.
Well, it also doesn't help that there's no shower that we ever see in this place. So the only way of getting clean is with ocean water?
That dries out your skin too.
Or the persistent rain.
Did anybody else fucking flinch when fucking Robert Pattinson went outside to throw away the poop and it hit him in his own fucking face?
Can't.
I didn't catch that.
Blah, 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 blah. So gross.
I had to pause the movie because I almost threw up.
No, I did not get hit with that. It was when he starts peeing into the cup, and I'm like, oh, one of these two characters is going to drink this. We're at the point where this is the only liquid, isn't it?
Well,
That didn't
Bear
happen,
Grylls knows that you got to do it. So
Yeah.
You
Right.
can do it up to like 3 times, right, or something? I think is what it was.
It's
if
twice.
you
You
ask
do it.
Reddit, it's substantially more.
Okay.
Thanks, Reddit. They probably know best.
It's twice. You can pee out 3 times, drink it twice. So you pee, drink, and that third pee, you throw it out.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm never gonna find out. Hopefully. But yeah. All right.
It's sterile from your own body.
I'm just remembering dodgeball now.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I drink my own urine because it's sterile and I like the taste.
Oh, yeah. Great
Good
movie.
reference. Good reference.
All right.
Oh, Lord. But, like, okay, I don't know if I buy that they're all the way gay. I 100% buy that they got drunk enough because I've seen that happen a lot. Because,
Yeah.
people be
Well-
forgetting sexuality when they're drunk.
Well, also, they are flirting or they're about to kiss, and when they kiss, they push each other away and have to immediately establish dominant.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They immediately establish masculinity or that
Roughhousing.
idea. Yeah, exactly. They're like,
Yeah.
oh no, I need to be manly and toughen up here. It's a very interesting dynamic. I think I kind of lean a little bit more with Ken, where I don't know if they are actually gay or this is just a situation where they're both desperate for affection and they're just now. Yeah, I don't know, and I'm honestly not qualified to make that determination, which is why.
Oh no, they're very bi, if not fully gay, because at that we learn by the end of the film which one's the dom and which one's the sub.
Yeah.
That rope really helped fill the roles out.
Well, see, that's the weird thing because this movie's all about role reversal at the end. Because you got Ephraim, who is very bottomy to Thomas's top dog. But once the identity comes out, once Tommy's real identity comes out, then you get the balance shifting and you get Tommy taking on more of a top role as he beats Thomas into submission and into being a power bottom.
He's a switch.
Well, if you also want to go even a little deeper than that, which is even funnier. So we go the first half. The first half of the movie, you do have Robert Pattinson arguing with Willem Dafoe about I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm doing this stuff, blah blah blah. What am I, your goddamn wife? And that's kind of how they have one argument that way. But then later in the movie, when Robert Pattinson is complaining about having a nice, thick, juicy, fat-thighed, big-bottom steak, Willem Dafoe gets upset and goes, "But you like my cooking, though, right? You love my cooking. You know you love my cooking." Something that normally a husband and wife would argue over is someone's cooking.
Which also leads to a sensational monologue. I mean, come on now. We can't let this whole podcast go without talking about how
The Hark. Oh.
Well, I was about to say, it also doesn't help that Willem Dafoe's character a few times in the movie talks about how he left behind a wife who was constantly considering the most beautiful, but also left behind a shit ton of kids. And it's like, were you having kids because you wanted kids, or were you having kids to fool yourself?
Well, I kind of dig, not to go away from the monologue, so I do want to go back to that at some point. But because we are talking about this theme, I think I kind of do dig Joe's approximation of him, that being the lie he tells people to maintain a front. Because he's again, a man of the sea and a teller of tall tales. You know, that's kind of like the sea person's thing from that back in the day, where again everything was a tall tale, everything was a story, everything was a yarn, and I could totally see that as well. So again, I'm not as adept as at picking up those cues, I think, as maybe others maybe. So which is why I'll default to those who know a bit more about it.
It's okay, Bill. One thing about myself that I hate, even though I'm an extremely bisexual man, I have no perception of gaydar. Can't tell.
Really?
Yeah, I have awful gaydar. I have no idea if a person's gay or if they're even interested in me. Fucking awful.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, my husband figured me out in like 2 seconds, and then we were dating like a week later or something.
Simply made for each other.
Yeah. More than you know. I say, listen to Phoebe's latest episode of Nerds of Broadcast. 75, Phoebe?
75.
75, where you'll learn the story of how I met my husband.
I tried, but-
What an interesting story that
A
was.
very interesting story that is.
Is that during the Homestuck part? Because
Yes.
Yeah.
uh,
Do you want to give a quick summary of it here then?
Please.
go listen to Phoebe's episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I think you should do. Seriously, listen to Phoebe's episode if you want to get a taste of that. Because
I mean,
It's a
Phoebe's on
broadcast.
every episode. Listen to Joe's episode.
yeah,
But,
listen to Phoebe's podcast with Joe on it. Get those download numbers up. Seriously, let's get some numbers up on that. The show deserves more numbers than whatever it's getting. I don't have no idea what numbers you get. You deserve more than you're getting.
Like
So
5 to 8.
oh, whatever. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Get those numbers.
No, we
up on
do it
that
for the
episode.
fun and hanging out with people.
And,
But,
and listen, I respect that more than I can express with words. I'm not even kidding. The fact is, you're 75 episodes in and just doing it because you love it. It's a genuinely good show. I don't listen to every episode, but I do catch it when I can, and I'll listen to that Joe episode.
Outside of work, doing this stuff, like podcasting with you guys or recording with TB, is probably the most human interaction I get in a week.
Love it.
God damn it,
That's I'm glad this avenue is here for you for sure. It's important.
That's why I like hanging out with you guys, because you guys are like my closest friends.
Aw.
Or some of them, yeah.
Speaking of close friends,
Yeah. I'm
Never
surprised there was no
transition.
scene of them in a bed together.
they
They were cuddled on each other
I
at one
think
point.
they were.
I think Mike picked the wrong people. I'm not gonna lie. I've very much missed all of y'all incredibly, but that's not the point. But also with cuddling up, is it weird that Willem Dafoe just is up there naked, just beating his meat to the fucking lighthouse? So that's what he's doing, right? He's just up there,
Oh, yeah,
just
100%.
spread eagle, or like in a wide footed stance, naked, just beating his meat.
Oh, yeah.
What else are you going to do on an island?
But again, that sort of adds to my idea of this mythology, whether it be Lovecraftian or Greek, is the fact that he's up there naked. And last time I heard, lighthouse bulbs are extremely hot. Like, you really can't go near them. And this is a full-sided light. Normally, the lighthouse is on a swivel, and this thing, well, it does swivel. Light's coming from every single side of it, not just the one. And I remember a bead of sweat on him. It's almost like the light, whatever it is cool or warm, room temperature. What is in there?
So one, of course,
Think
he's
about
not.
that fact.
One, he's not sweaty. Of course, he's butt naked up there. But also,
Still be sweaty.
I think production wise, they said that the light bulb is made from like it looks weird because it's supposed to look weird. They use like lights that they use for films to make the light bulb, and that's why it looks like that. But also, they got in trouble for making the lighthouse because when they were filming at night, they said you could see because it was obviously on a set and everything outside. You could see the fucking lighthouse light for like 7 miles out.
Oh, they made a real lighthouse pretty much, and it fucked with
Yeah.
ships.
Yeah, no, it was on land. They were filming on land, but they were like, "Dude, your lighthouse looks too much like a real lighthouse." It's kind of concerning.
Yeah, they were actually going to shoot inside the real lighthouse, but then they realized that's really cramped. And even though they were using special cameras, they did a set for the actual interior.
Was it
Yeah,
shot in a landlocked location?
Probably.
I think it was. It was
Okay,
they were
Robert
pretty
Eggers,
isolated.
I need you to adapt Aberrat for your next movie.
What?
I don't know what that is.
Okay,
It's a
good.
book series about a lighthouse in Kansas.
Oh, I was just thinking, there's always a lighthouse.
There is always a
There is always a lighthouse. There is always a girl.
Speaking of lighthouses, if I had a nickel for every time some guy named Tom was in a lighthouse, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. But holy shit, I need a release date for Control 2.
Oh, I was about to say, but goddamn, they both happen in this movie, Tom and Tom.
And Wake. His name's Thomas Wake.
Yeah, did that mess you up too, Joe?
Yes, goddammit.
So it wasn't just me going, oh, are we really doing this?
Nope. I was like, wait a second. Really? Thomas? Wait.
Dude, Control Resonance gonna be the fucking shit. Or it's gonna suck horribly.
I have faith.
That'll be fine. You know,
I also have faith.
I have the
I
movie in the
cannot wait.
I have the movie in the background, and
Same.
it is worth having rewatch this movie a second time because I totally forgot because we did talk about how William Dafoe thinks that Robert Pattinson's a shitty worker. He does take a whole ass barrel up the lighthouse, and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? There's a little juggie that you could use, dude. You just wasted like an hour bringing up a whole barrel."
But he could have told him that before he asked him to get the oil. Again, a shitty boss.
Okay, but we know that Tommy Howard is a well-read person, which during this time may or may not be a thing. What does the manual say to do in the situation? The manual might say to bring the barrel up.
Fair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it also might say it's a two-person job, and here's Willem Dafoe going, fucking do it yourself.
I mean, I'm going to
His
say
leg's
again, he's a
fucked up,
shitty
though.
boss. All he does is sit in the lighthouse and jack off to the light. He doesn't do anything, and he leaves everything to him.
Oh, yeah.
Look, we can all agree both of these guys are not the smartest. Because at one point they're so drunk, and when they want to be more drunk, they mix fucking turpentine and honey.
That's lamp oil and honey. That's even
Lamp oil.
worse.
Brilliant move.
No, I googled it. It was turpentine.
I don't know what turpentine is. Isn't it a cleaning
Pretty
agent?
sure that came out of.
It's
the
like a
lamp oil.
component of petroleum.
Oh,
But whatever.
Oh, yeah, still
Yeah.
ick. Still not great. Not top shelf.
And that becomes their main source of liquid, if not just sustenance in general.
so how are they alive?
Are they?
Fair.
I honestly think they were there for a week.
'Cause you see
Like
7 weeks there.
fully just a week, or the 4 weeks and then a week?
No, I don't even think they made it past the first week, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I can't buy that.
I think
No.
I say that because I think Willem Dafoe was generally fucking with him. Like, I don't even think they ran out of food. I just think that he was just saying that they were out of food.
Who knows?
Yeah, I also firmly believe that he has multiple barrels or he has multiple rations hidden around that base just because I feel like he fucking does this a lot.
But the problem is he's doing it to himself as well. He could be eating the food while Pattinson's asleep.
He's crazy. Yeah, he could be eating food up there, yeah, for all we fucking know.
I mean, when
maybe-
they first go up there,
Maybe the light is secretly the oven to cook the food in, and that's what drove Pattinson crazy. Was seeing the cooked steak inside of the lantern.
when you have that moment where he sees, like he goes up there and he sees the tentacle and the goop, I thought the goop was just going to be like a whole load of cum. I was a
It
little
may have
surprised.
been.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
It entirely could have been.
Because there is a part where, and funny enough, I made fun of it whenever I was watching with the Huzz. When Robert Pattinson's looking at him up there, and he sees the goo come down, which is cum, and he sees a tentacle. Technically, a term for beating your meat is unleashing the beast. So
Also cranking the hog, and that makes no sense either. So
when I get home, I like to crank my hog, and my wife tells me to quit cranking my hog, and I say, "I'm sorry, honey, I
Can you
can't help,
rephrase that to cracking your hog?
but I
No.
can't keep cranking my hog."
Where the hell did this come from?
Don't ask me, dude. I'm high.
I was like, is this a phrase people use? I've never heard this. I've heard a lot of dumb
You've
things.
never heard that?
You ever heard
No.
cranking the hog?
No.
wow.
Your
Okay.
age is showing, Mr. Michaelton.
Yeah, I'm not that young or that old, either one.
I'm the oldest person here, and I know that. And I know that from way back.
Is
So
that
if that's
a-
popular again, it's because time is a flat circle.
I don't think it ever went out of style. Kind of like beating your meat, that's a classic, and it's always going to be a classic. Bill loved at the most opportune time.
Oh no, they
Yes,
call
yes,
it they call it Profen now.
What?
Yeah,
Excuse me?
yeah. Ibuprofen. Ibuprofen all night long.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
Get the fuck out.
dude. Gen Alpha humor is fucking weird, and learning it's like learning a fucking third language. I hate being old.
know.
6'7".
6'7". Such a fat fucking chud.
My son, he came home a few weeks ago and he was like, "Daddy, all the kids in class." He's in 4th grade. All the kids. This is actually a couple months ago. And he goes, "Daddy, there's all the kids are doing this 6'7" thing," and I was prepared for this. Prepared. I'm like, I was prepared to have this conversation about humor. And so I brace myself. I'm like, so what do you think about it? He goes, it's so stupid. It's not funny. And I'm like, good lad. Oh, you got a bit of the old tar in you, see, do you? I was like, thank you for recognizing. I'm like, okay, I'm raising him to be a normal human somewhat. Now, I'm sure there'll be some brain rot that he'll discover and find absolutely hilarious and will crush me. But at least this phase, and he is prime. He's 9 years old. He should be doing it all. But he was like, it's so dumb. I don't get it. It's not funny. And he's looking for me for answers.
I don't get it either.
And I said, son, it's not funny. It means nothing. And good for you for recognizing how dumb it is.
Well,
I was about
son,
to tell him he's not allowed to say it in this house.
Humor is subjective, but at the same time, there are two types of kids in your generation. There are smart kids, and there are kids whose parents allow them to be on TikTok.
Right, and he is the former, because he is not TikToking at all. There's no social media for my 9-year-old at all.
Smart lad, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't let the brain rot consume him.
No, I refuse.
Oh, hey.
Once it's gone, it will be gone. He will have no attention span. Like these kids, they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh god. We go places.
I mean, this movie also goes a lot of different places.
I haven't said much yet because I've been purposely being quieter. But I've been waiting on my opinion. I was bored during this entire movie, and I edited while watching this movie, and I was thinking to myself, man, I'd rather be watching Eyes Wide Shut again. At least I had naked women.
I knew.
And
I was going to bring up that fucking movie doing this.
Wow.
It just wasn't in. I mean, at first I watched about an hour of it while eating dinner, and then just trying to watch it. Then I was like, man, I'm getting my computer.
You know what? I agree with Phoebe. I'm sending you more fucking haunted dolls, Mike. God damn it.
You know what? It's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, you know what? Because I was thinking about our Eyes Wide Shut conversation, and you were talking about the themes, and you were like, and I was like a proud papa. Like, look at Mike. Look at Mike Albertin just examining themes. And then you say things like this, and then it's like, but young Padawan, you have so much to learn. That's Ken. This is the last thing we need to crest with the good Sir Mike Albertin, is to just watch movies without doing other things. To just dedicate the 2 hours. Sit, swab dog,
I had no choice.
and sit and watch and just absorb and not do other things, not go to the store, not go to Walmart, not go.
Oh, you remember Sin City, don't you?
I do. Not anything else. That is the next step in your evolution as a film fan, sir. Again, I'm not saying looking.
Fuck that movie. Fuck you, Mike.
I did not like Sin.
I know, and that's because you a bitch.
Look, I need to give another watch and see if my opinion is different.
No, you don't have to. There's no need.
Sin City, I understand. Sin City is very divisive. Like, 100%, I get not liking Sin City. I don't understand how you can be bored during this movie. But, to each their own. However,
I agree with that. Yes.
I will be hoping that Black Waves teaming with Seafoam smother your young mouth with pungent slime. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know what it was. I think it's the black and white. It's the just very slow way of this movie. It's the way they talk. I just wasn't into this movie at all. And I tried. Like, I was trying to get into it. Hell, Tiff fell asleep during this movie. It's not that uncommon, but she completely passed out and was like, yeah, that's why she's not here. She was going to be on here. She was excited to watch this movie, and then she realized that she couldn't even stay awake, and then she lost all interest. So
I did.
You're going to hear this.
Oh, yeah.
You don't listen. So I mentioned it in the chat, the pre-show chat before, that I went immersive with this movie. It was a very cold and damp day in Illinois today, and I sat out in a leaky yard shed with a cup of hot soup and just watched this movie and smoked the whole time. And let me tell you, that is the way to watch this movie.
That's like one of those experience viewings, like people who watch Jaws in the middle of a lake, on an inner tube. Like, that's one of those things. That is like full sensory diving in. I don't have the good word for it, but that's like,
I'm not watching Jaws in a lake. No, thank you. Or an ocean. No, thank you.
But like this movie, there's no snow on the ground, but this feels like a winter movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
Yeah,
I
because
don't
that
know.
water is everything looks cold.
Yeah, like everything looks cold. It's very confined. The way the aspect ratio induces claustrophobia in the viewer. Like it's a great cold weather movie, and I wanted to watch it feeling something like they would have felt. Just cold and pissed off and full of nicotine. And I'll be damned. I felt great.
I mean, they do smoke a lot.
I'm so jealous that you did that. Would love to do that with this movie. Just cold shed or while camping out in Plymouth again, watch this in the tent. That'd be so cool.
Phoebe, couldn't you camp on your way to work?
Uh,
I mean, I'm sure there's woods around there somewhere.
Sir, you think there are trees around? That's funny.
Oh, is it all just farmland?
I mean, there are some trees. There's like a little mini forest a mile or so north of me.
Okay. I mean, it can't be. Is it like Iowa where all you see?
Well,
are
let's be
fucking
fair, a few
cornfields and
blocks
windmills?
because there's a walking path, but that's about it.
Because when I went to Iowa, all I saw were cornfields and windmills, and I was like, they're not wrong.
Not much in Iowa. And
no, there isn't.
And just a pro tip for anybody listening, my wife is from Iowa. Never eat this corn on the side of the road. Like the corn you see from the highway, that's not for eating. That's not for human consumption. That's not.
corn.
That is, that's the ethanol corn. That ain't the eating corn. That's the stuff that's made into stuff.
I did not stop and eat any corn or try to pull any corn. I just was trying to get to my fucking concert.
Hey, when the apocalypse happens and you're starving for some eats, go into the fields a ways. Don't just stop on the side of the road and start gnawing on a corn. It's not meant for consumption.
If you go farther in, then they have the corn that we can eat.
Yes, correct. That's usually the stuff to further in. Yeah, and actually, it's actually usually different farms and all that, but that's a different tale. Yeah, you just don't eat the side of the road corn. That's it.
Hey, this will help out somebody who, when the apocalypse happens and somebody randomly has our entire catalog on their MP3 player of sorts, and they're like, oh, all right.
We have
they'll hear you complaining about Iowa all the time, and they'll go, the perfect place to hide.
Yeah, we have an Uncle Bill who lives in Iowa who has a small arsenal in his basement. That's where we'll be heading when the zombie apocalypse finally rears its ugly head.
Small arsenal.
Oh boy, does that man have a lot of AR-15s.
You say it's Iowa, but there's somebody back in Massachusetts, like the Malden Medford area, who also has a one-way door to a man cave filled with giant rocks taped
So,
to
as a guy who watches a lot of
They-
documentaries, Boston has a lot of crime at one time. So maybe this
Hey,
guy was
and-
part of those crime families.
They ain't,
No,
they ain't
he's
family,
young.
so they ain't family, so
I
they're
could tell a
headed.
story, but about the crime and stuff, but that's after the podcast.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of stuff about Boston. Like, I did about a gang war that they had at some point in like the 90s. I did not know about. That was really interesting. All right, that's not what we're here for. But no, I was just with this movie, I was just bored, and like I tried to like it. I wanted to watch it twice, so I'm like, okay, maybe I misunderstood this movie. So then I watched 2 YouTube videos, and I still don't understand what the fuck I watched. And then I was gonna watch it twice, and I had no interest, and I have it on in the background, but I'm not even watching it because I just don't want to. And I feel bad because I have grown as a movie connoisseur at times. Like, I am more into some artsy movies, and I felt bad that I really just couldn't appreciate this movie.
It's so funny that you say, like, I didn't get it and stuff. It's like, yes, Mike, that's just the point.
I know, but I wasn't even, like, enjoying what I didn't get. And somehow I liked Eyes Wide Shut a lot. Well, I'm not that surprised, but...
See, here's the thing. You shouldn't feel bad for not liking something.
No, never.
I shouldn't say I feel bad. I feel bad because I came on a podcast to talk about it, and I just wasn't even, like, into it at all. That's
why you have... That's why you have co-hosts who can carry the weight. You know, and again, we're teasing. I'm teasing, of course, Mike. Don't, and again, big theme for us is, for anybody listening, is if you don't like something, it's okay. You're allowed to not like things. You don't have to apologize for not liking things. This is a tough movie. This is, again, it's in black, like you said, it's in black and white. They're talking in They're talking in very olden time ways, like seafaring types. It's convoluted, it's strange, it's weird. It's not for everybody. And I totally appreciate if you didn't dig it. So yeah.
And directed by somebody who has flat out said, no, you don't get answers. Fuck you. Like, maybe not in so many words, but
close enough.
he did say he kept it legit, like purposefully not giving any answers so that people would talk about it, so that they would have this
That
conversation.
makes sense. I mean, the way I look at it now is very much just what isolation does to you. I mean, I talk to a lot of people in my line of work, and I hear about isolation. I hear what happens to somebody who can't go down the stairs anymore and can't leave their house. Like, I hear how that affects a person. So I can, I can understand how, they're going nutty and what this is doing to them. And when you have a shitty, toxic boss like Robert Pattinson does, I mean, it doesn't help things. So it makes complete sense. I mean, William Dafoe does not need to be such as an asshole to him as to Pattinson as he is in this movie. That character is just an ass but also it fits. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of people like that. I mean, there still are.
Here's the other thing. Most of this movie that we're seeing is from
his point of view.
Robert Pattinson's perspective. We can't trust him.
I know.
An unreliable narrator. And like, we don't know if any of this is real, like legitimately. We could be seeing the fevered last moments of a dying man. We just don't know. So does Willem Dafoe suck in this movie? Yeah. I think we can all agree that he's kind of a shit. But man, Robert Pattinson sucks too. Everybody,
yeah, I mean, we see
sucks.
him working hard when he's not, and working himself hard too. So we see all that, but we don't know is he actually really doing a whole lot, or is he just like, yeah, I'm working hard? I mean, we've all had those coworkers like, oh yeah, I bust my ass off every day here, and then you watch them doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, evening shift.
They're both just the suckiest amounts of suck that ever sucked before. So in a way, they're perfect for each other.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was thinking. I was also like, there's one part where he puts the collar or the belt on him or the rope or whatever and treats him like a dog. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, that was just weird, but I guess it's supposed to be like weird.
Well, you see, Mike, there's this thing called puppy play, and they got into it.
Oh my God.
So you see, Edward Cullen took his pet Green Goblin out for a walk.
That was good. That one got me. And then when he buries him, but then he comes back because I guess he really wasn't buried. Like, that was weird too.
Well,
he didn't bury him well.
Okay, that's why he came back
partially unburied.
Yeah, he threw like 7 pieces of dirt on him and said, "Yeah, I'm done."
If you're gonna bury somebody, you need to do it so they don't come back out from the ground. I mean,
I think that right there is the perfect example of, Tommy Howard sucks at his job.
Yeah.
To be fair, the roof is also leaking whenever it's raining too, and I think that's also proof that he has not been doing his job.
He was supposed to replace the shingles, and what did he do? Just watch Willem Dafoe's bare ass through the crack in the roof.
Now, hold on. Now, to be fair, he got distracted, which
I would do.
I completely understand that part. I'd be like if I was fucking outside mowing the lawn and I looked up and my husband was like in the window butt naked doing katas. Like, I'd be weird and be like, what the fuck is he doing?
Well, I mean, Willem Dafoe was fucking a mattress. He was not being shy about those pelvic thrusts. And they drove Robert Pattinson insane.
And I mean, they were doing the time warp again. How long had they been there?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the questions people have is, do you think that William Dafoe had him miss the boat on purpose and got him so drunk?
See, that's such an interesting one, because again, that adds to my previous theory of the whole Lovecraft thing, is the lost time and what even is time anymore, because the boat was supposed to come today. No, it was supposed to come weeks ago. What are you talking about? We missed it. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, maybe these are not mutually exclusive.
But also, if a boat came all the way to pick you up and you weren't there, you think they at least, like, somebody would come off the boat and be like, hey, where's those idiots?
Here's the thing. If there was a boat, there would have been 2 more idiots to take over.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too.
And there were not 2 additional idiots, just the 2 that we already know and love.
Well, unless they killed them and forgot that they killed them. Case in point, who did destroy the drow, whatever it's called, the lifeboat that Robert Pattinson was gonna leave on?
Well,
because he sees Dafoe attack it with the axe and then chase him. And then what is Dafoe's response when they're inside of the lighthouse?
You broke it,
the
yeah.
one that broke it.
Yeah, you broke it.
Like, I don't think it was
again,
a second party.
Is this entirely... Is one exclusive over the other, or can both be true?
I believe both can be true.
It doesn't give you answers. So do you feel it's true? If you feel it's true, then that is your answer.
And so in my heart of heart, I agree that they're both horrible people. But what I firmly believe is Willem Dafoe was trying to teach his butthole lesson, and they were a weekend. He made him get drunk, or be like, hey, the boat's coming tomorrow. Get him super drunk, and even though the boat's not coming, wake him up and go, hey, we gotta get up, that the boat's here. And made him stand outside all day and be like, I don't know why the boat's not here. Like, I think that he was purposely fucking with him. And that's just me. For me, though,
see,
I say
that relies on Tommy being an absolute idiot.
I think he's an idiot. But also, remember, they were drinking a lot. They were drinking heavily, too, as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if him getting him drunk was like, oh yeah, you slept like 18 hours when really he only slept like 3.
I was gonna say, furthering that whole, maybe he is just an idiot. Like, yes, he is supposed to be well-read, which, whether or not people are well-read at this time, more than not, is entirely up in the air. But we learn his backstory that he was a logger in Canada, and that was his last job, but he's been going from job to job. Willem Dafoe goes, oh, you're like a drifter, and he goes, no, I just haven't found a trade that I've really liked and like 100% taken to yet. And it's like, is that true? Or do you just suck at everything so you go to the next thing after you were fired?
Cause I honestly believe, like Ken said, and I 100% agree. I believe that technically both is true. Both are true at the end of the day. Willem Dafoe is an awful boss, but Robert Pattinson is also a awful worker. The main thing I think, going theory wise too, because it is a good concept to understand which is either or. I do think Willem Dafoe wrecked the boat, because I feel like it was a thing of, oh fuck, if this kid gets off the island and tells everyone I'm crazy, I'm fucked. So I'm just gonna keep gaslighting his ass into believing that they're coming soon, and maybe I can get him to do something stupid, but maybe they'll get here and see he's crazy, and I'll be fine.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's hard to say. And that's the point. I know that's the point. I mean, I think it also bothered me that there is no like definite answer for what's happening in this movie. I think I wanted that, and I wasn't getting it. Like, we watched one other Eggers movie so far. We did The Witch last year, I think.
Do you mean The Vivitch?
I mean what I said, The Witch. And I like that movie. I really like that movie.
I would say that movie's more boring than this one, but that's me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's, yeah. You know, there's something, that and Eyes Wide Shut both have something in common, and I'm wondering if that played a part in it, so I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I just realized, like, I wasn't as into it for some reason. I mean, and I want to see his other movie. I want to see The Northman now. I already seen Nosferatu and took a nice nap. I do want to rewatch it, though, because I did not do that movie justice by going to sleep.
The Northman is anything but boring. Let's put it that way. It is action packed to a certain.
Okay.
It's not boring. I will be shocked if you fall asleep during the Northman.
Well, I only fall asleep
also,
at theaters.
Yeah.
I don't fall asleep at home, because then I get up, move around, and
yeah, you do your taxes. To feel free to do whatever you know.
Edit
If you got like
podcast or two,
sure, and maybe paint the living room if you want while watching.
Really nothing for me. Like, that is, for me, editing a podcast is probably like for somebody moving 2 pieces of paper from one pile without really paying. Like, it's so natural to me. Like, I can easily watch a movie and edit and completely absorb the movie.
you're crazy.
Agreed. Agree, but editing is a weird state for me at this point. So, like, it's a very non-involved process where I have 1 ear with one earbud, and yet I'm still able to absorb and do everything I'm doing. And if a movie really grabs my interest, I'll stop editing. Like, I watch some movies and I'm like, I need to watch this. Like, for example, Silence of the Lambs. One time I was trying to edit, and I've seen that movie many times. I just said, fuck it, just watch the entire movie. I love that movie. So it varies on what I'm doing, but like this, I just couldn't get into it. I tried for an hour with no editing, and I said, fuck this. So I did try. I gave it an hour, and I just wasn't into this movie. It's too much left up to interpretation, and there's not enough clues, because there's not meant to be, because again, you have as we've said multiple times, you have a narrator you can trust.
I think that's why I like it the most, is because it's a talking piece. I said in the Facebook chat, this honestly feels a lot like House of Leaves to me, in this fact that what is true? What genre is it? what is the ending. You go in, you make your own interpretation and your own assumptions and piece it together. It's an open-ended jigsaw puzzle, but a lot of this is about talking to other people, like what we are doing right now.
Oh, and I know that's the point, that it's kind of an art piece movie.
But see, I don't think it is necessarily. I feel like this movie works just as well, just straight up surface level, and works as well as if you like put thought and you research Samuel Taylor Coleridge and you research Greek mythology and you research Freud and Jung. Like, you still get a satisfying experience.
That one
put yourself
painting from
over into it.
1904 that they completely one-to-one.
Yes, Hypnosis by Sasha Schneider. Like, it works on a lot of levels, and I think that's a testament to its artistry, is that you can go in there, not think about this movie, and just be sucked in by the visuals. Maybe. If you like this movie, there's no wrong interpretation because it doesn't give you enough clues, but it also doesn't really need to, because there's enough on the surface level for you to have an enjoyable experience if you liked it. And there's not a lot of movies that'll work like that. There's not a lot of directors that will refuse to give clarifications. David Lynch famously said he thought Eraserhead was his most spiritual movie. And when asked to elaborate on it, he just said no.
No.
I love that. Great answer.
And that statement will confound me probably the rest of my life, because I'll be thinking about it and trying to figure out what he meant. And in the long run, it doesn't matter what it meant, because he said it, he thought about it, and whether or not I agree doesn't change his interpretation of the movie. And that's the same with this.
I think that's a fair assessment. I love this movie because it's two actors just killing it from a performance perspective. And as I've said a million times on this show, I usually I am more of an acting person than a visuals person. If I have to do a trade-off between acting and visuals, I will always take two actors or actors doing good work over stunning visuals. Of course, film is a visual medium, and I love the visual aspect of it as well. But acting is what wakes me up in the morning, and these are two actors at the height of their powers, at the height of their craft, doing exceptional work. And for me, that's enough. And that's why when I watch it, I just take it literally, because I'm just watching two actors absolutely just kill it from that perspective. And again, then there's lots of course, other interesting things going on. But for me, I am here for the sensational performances, which makes this is one of the main reasons why this is my favorite Eggers movie, because I think it has the best performances.
I will say the stuff between the two, I mean, they do a great job. And they do a great job of a movie being about two people. Like, it is, Robert Pattinson was incredible in this. And this helps really kind of show you what the guy can do. I still say he's fine when it comes to Twilight. The problems in that movie have nothing to do with him.
I remember I liked
Twilight.
He kills it as Cedric Diggory, but we don't talk about that franchise anymore.
Doesn't even need to be mentioned. He had, 5 minutes? Good job, buddy. 5 minutes. Way to go.
Yeah, he didn't get much. He dies pretty quick. Pretty bad death, too. But, he's a really good actor. I mean, Twilight, I remember liking Twilight, then I rewatched it a couple years ago, and I went, oh no, this dialogue is awful.
Yeah, the books aren't great either, but, whatever.
I liked the books when I read them, but that's very much time and place. Girlfriend at the time was super into them, so I got super into them. And when I worked at Target, Breaking Dawn had just came out, so it was it's really time and place for me with those movies. That's not what we're here for. Hey, anything else you guys want to say about Lighthouse?
I think I've covered everything for me.
Yeah,
what do you all
I
think?
can't currently think of anything.
I do have one joke I forgot to mention. So, they kept talking about docking their pay. And I paid. I'm like, oh yeah, that used to be a thing they could easily do. Like, oh, you didn't work hard enough. I know you've been here for a month or 2 months, but we're not going to pay you for your time. Just fuck you.
Hey, thanks, unions. You helped us.
Yes, they did.
What's a union?
The thing that takes away your money. They don't protect you,
Oh my God.
That's what your company was going to say. That's what Arby's said when I first got my first job at Arby's, and they told me all about how unions are bad, and we didn't need a union because they would help us. And then I got fired not that long later. Just fuck them.
There is one thing that I would like to talk about at the ending.
Sure, please.
So at the end, obviously, Robert Pattinson decides to split fucking Willem Dafoe's head open like a goddamn cantaloupe.
Yeah, coming.
He did have it coming, and one of the things that also I think plays into them being a little bit of homosexual is whenever he visions the mermaid, he very much visions a merman, and that merman happens to be a pretty badass looking tentacled Willem Dafoe. But I firmly believe that he decides to do what he's been wanting to do. He goes up to the lighthouse to look inside, and he sees what we can only assume is probably horrors beyond comprehension, with probably a really good film scene of like the colors are inverted and like the sounds muted or muffled, and Robert Pattinson's screaming his fucking ass off, and then he fucking falls down the stairs and dies.
Yeah, but how does he
Becomes
get
the
outside?
Prometheus.
Yes, and then he becomes Prometheus.
Okay, I gathered that bit as part of the prophecy when he was being Willem Dafoe was being buried alive. He became Proteus, aka Trident. He's got the crown made out of coral and everything.
Oh, that's what that's supposed to be. Okay.
No idea. When you said Triton, Aquaman came to my mind. Not what you were talking about. So
Neptune, Poseidon, etc., etc.
Aquaman still came to mind, and I like Greek mythology.
Who knows? Maybe
Aquaman a lot.
Willem Dafoe is secretly just Poseidon.
I mean, he was in an Aquaman movie. Does that count for anything?
No, stop.
I like him in that Aquaman movie.
I like those movies.
I haven't seen the second one. The first one's fine. It's definitely
First
one of the
one's
more
really
enjoyable
good.
bits of that entire universe.
Yeah, the first one is aggressively fine. That's pretty much.
Sad that we never got that horror movie spin-off about the depths, but whatever.
Yeah, that's sad. But I like both of them. I think both. The Aquaman 2 isn't as good, but it's still a good movie. It just, you shouldn't wait 5 years to release your sequel, you know. But hey, DC was an idiot, so no surprise there.
I don't know. Some companies wait 28 years to release a sequel.
What are you referencing? And I should know it, I'm sure.
Tron.
Oh, how'd that work out for them, huh?
I like Tron Legacy, but I haven't seen Tron Ares yet.
Yeah, Legacy
No.
was great.
I like Legacy too. I
See,
wasn't
28
interested
years.
about
Fuck you.
Ares, but yeah.
It took how long between Unbreakable and Split? And Split's one of his best movies.
I've never
Like
seen
Ares.
Split, and I love Unbreakable.
So I also love Unbreakable a lot more than The Sixth Sense, and Split is an infinitely better movie. Have not seen Glass though.
You're fine.
Either.
Yeah, I've heard I'm fine.
Don't keep what you like about Split and Unbreakable in your heart, and it will never hurt you.
So I can say this movie didn't hurt me like Martyrs did. So I was not annoyed or uncomfortable.
obviously.
And
I don't think we're ever going to do another movie on this podcast that's going to hurt you like Martyrs.
You never know.
No,
you're pretty safe.
I know what's on the poster, and the poster is not going to hurt you.
Good.
The only people could hurt you like that. The poster's not going to do it. And I know I could.
Hey.
I know Bill could.
Yeah, have them watch Begotten, see how well that works out.
Beyond's not even that bad. It's just disturbing.
There's a couple of Lars von Trier movies that you could hurt both of us.
The house that
In
Jack
one
built in Antichrist,
one-
yeah.
one fell swoop. So by all
House of Jack Belt. House of Jack Belt. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite dark comedies. I do.
This is
see
why I
how
love you, Ken.
Robert.
I
Eggers could see
trust
this as
Ken.
a
Like I'll
comedy,
ask
though.
Ken's opinion on certain stuff. I'm like, well, I like this, or should I even watch this? So he'll tell me, like, stay away from that. So
Yeah, some things. I'm fine with being, messed with movies because I go into it. I almost challenge movies to do that to me nowadays. Like, come on, make me flinch. I dare you. And not everybody else wants that.
no, I mean, I am trying to experience more movies and have that in my life, and that I am doing. I feel like I'm succeeding at it too.
But there's some movies you don't ever need to see.
Yeah, I know. There's a few that I'm aware I don't ever need to see.
So when are we covering Human Centipede?
No.
Serbian film.
No.
I think even
Cannibal-
Ken told me don't watch Serbian film.
I
Human
did tell him
Centipede,
not
he
to
never,
watch Serbian film.
he never told me no on. I don't. Tiff wants to see it. I have no interest in it.
Human
Cannibal Hol-
Centipede's fine.
Cannibal Holocaust. No.
Is the second one the worst one of the two? Or the third?
Yes.
I like the second one.
They're all bad.
No, but I mean like the most messed up of the three.
Oh, I probably. But I would never. No. That said, if anybody wants to do a special episode on a different podcast talking about a Serbian film, I do think that movie does have some very specific artistic high points to it. Like, it is one of the most beautiful directorial debut films I've ever seen. But with a shooting schedule of over 2 months, I'm not surprised.
What about if somebody had 400 days to shoot a movie? Do you think they would make a good movie with that?
Oh God.
Ken, you and I have to talk about Kubrick. You haven't listened to the episode, but I do mention you in that episode. We'll talk about that after this recording. I'm curious why you don't like him, and I wonder if it's for the same reasons I don't like him, even though he's one of my favorites.
Okay, look, I'll tell you right now, and you know what? You can keep running tape on this one.
I am. I'm not stopping.
Because I'll explain it. Like, okay, there was a Family Guy episode where they were all about to drown, and Peter made a confession that he didn't like The Godfather because it insisted on itself. And I laughed so hard because that is entirely my feeling about Stanley Kubrick.
Interesting. What an interesting take. Please explain more.
That said, I love Eyes Wide Shut. I love Barry Lyndon. I like some of his movies, but I don't like the I'm Stanley Kubrick, fuck you of it all.
Yeah, as I said in the Eyes Wide Shut episode, I hate the way he treats his actors. I can't stand when directors treat their actors like garbage, and I loathe when they do that. David Fincher has been known to do that, and other directors have done that. When you treat your actors like they're lenses on your camera that you can just fiddle with and screw with for hours on end, it crosses a line for me. That's really that is high levels of craptitude, which is why that's one of the reasons I dislike Kubrick, even though visually he is one of my favorite directors, and I've seen all of his movies many times. As I said on that episode, if you want to see really good Kubrick without the craptitude, Paths of Glory is sensational, and it's great. And more people need to see that movie. But anyway, that's a very interesting. That is an interesting. He's like an auteur for you that goes overboard on the auteurness of him. Like everything he defecates is gold, and that's not necessarily the case. I think that
the recent issues with Tarantino,
yes.
Some of the recent things he said, kind of makes me feel like he's going down that same route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
he's got.
It's a bummer.
It is a bummer. I've gotten very good at separating art from artist. There are some directors I don't watch. I try not to watch. I try not to watch out. Bitch, I can't even remember the guy's name now. Damn it. I'm bad at this. Do I have to? Ugh.
Okay,
no, the director of the Pianist and Chinatown. Just count me out, please. Roman Polanski. Sorry, thank you.
Oh yeah, that.
Okay.
I try not to watch his movies, even though I can identify that Chinatown is sensationally good and wonderful, and The Pianist is wonderful as well. I just try not to because he's got too much craptitude for my taste. I try not to watch stuff with Kevin Spacey stuff.
Yes.
Kevin Spacey stuff anymore because there's just a level of craptitude I'm not willing to ingest. That's my
me
choice.
That's me with Jeepers Creepers. I used to love the first two Jeepers Creepers films, but it doesn't help that he
and that's a line for everybody.
Sanity of
that's
what
a line,
he's done.
Yeah, that's a line for everybody that they can make their own decisions on. And I don't think those things need to disappear because then we lose the ability to have a conversation about craptitude and that sort of thing. But as personally, I just try to avoid certain people because of what they represent. And I just don't want to support them. So there you go. But I also can recognize that Chinatown is a sensationally made movie. It's wonderful. And Rosemary's Baby is fantastic. And yes, they're great, but made by a director who is full of craptitude. Kubrick has not reached that level to me. And then Tarantino has not reached that level for me either, even with his most recent comments, as discouraging and disappointing as they are.
Well, fortunately, Kubrick's doesn't really have much way to, go further down that road.
He does not. He cannot. It's very true. Unless something comes out. Right.
Yeah. And I feel like something would have already come out.
Yeah. He's been dead for a while.
So, Kubrick will just be, he's just, I like his movies, but I don't need his movies.
That's fair. That is a totally fair thing. I did treat myself after our Eyes Wide Shut conversation, Mike.
Either one is fine.
I treated myself to the 4K Ultra Blu-ray of 2001 because I'm like, why don't I own that on like 4K Ultra Blu-ray? And so I treated myself, and I'm hope the next opportunity I get to watch it on the big screen, I am going to do so. Turn all the lights out and ingest.
I really want to rewatch that movie at some point for the show because I've seen that movie many times and I like it, and I really want to look at it with new eyes.
How?
You okay?
Yeah, I know. I deserve that.
But you couldn't do this.
This was black and white.
The pads of
2001
glory
had
is black and
colors.
white. So just, yeah.
I
Ken,
like colors.
Ken.
Okay, we need Mike to watch 2011's The Artist. He's either gonna love it or hate it.
Ken,
No,
I'm beating him with a hammer as soon as I see him. Don't worry.
I'm going to see him before you.
Okay, beat him with the hammer
Just-
for me.
Listen, I was gonna do this. What you should do is buy a few dolls, and when you visit him, hide them. Don't tell him how many there are. Do not tell him where they are. Just when you're over his house, start hiding them in different rooms in different locations.
Look, I may want to be abusive, but I'm not an asshole.
It would make my wife happy for the record, but not me. All right, I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Oh, this was good. This was very good. All right, let's go to Shelf Stacker Box, and we'll get some of the bad out of the way. I'll go first. I'm putting this in the box. I'm glad
Madness.
but it wasn't for me. So, it just wasn't for me. And I accept that. Now, there would have been some more naked women. I might have been more interested, apparently. So, hey. Well, asshole, if it would have had color, if this movie would have been in color, I probably would have liked it more.
Oh my god.
I don't like black and white very much. So, go in the box, but I'm happy I watched it. I'm happy part of the show. So, and Phoebe.
I'm putting this on the shelf. I love the conversation that this movie makes. I love what this movie does. Normally, I'm not a person who likes open-ended stuff and would like some answers, but with this, it works perfectly.
And Joe.
I was gonna put this on the stack, but after us talking about it for a little bit, there's some things that I didn't even notice. And I think it's pretty cool to have a bunch of stuff like that in the movie and kind of change the way you look at it. So I think I will put it on the shelf because I actually kind of liked it.
All right. Bill.
This is going on the shelf for me. This should be no surprise to anybody listening. I think the performances are fantastic. It's visually arresting. It's unique in the story it's telling and the voice in which it tells it. This ticks all the boxes for me as far as the movie goes. So this is an easy, no question shelf for me.
Right? Not Bill. Ken, what am I doing?
I already win.
I know. What am I doing?
This is a no joke shelf for me.
Okay, now Tommy.
What?
Good reference.
Damn it, now I gotta keep it in.
Excellent.
That's the problem with ye. I'm obviously gonna put this on the shelf. I fucks with this movie. It's such a good movie. I enjoy it a lot. It's one of those that I feel like you can get a little something more every time you watch it. And I've been torn. I don't have this in my physical collection yet because I've been debating whether or not to get it on 4K or not. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know what? The shittiest way I can watch this is probably going to be the best way. If I could get this a third generation VHS, it'd probably be perfect. I don't think it needs to be 4K, but god damn, this movie looks good, and I bet it would look awesome in 4K. So maybe I'll just shut up and buy it then. But yeah, shelf.
I'm a little surprised you don't own this, actually.
I was waiting for A24 to put one out because I didn't want to do like I almost did with Midsummer. And, they put out their own version of the director's cut in their own shop. So I was waiting to see if that happened. And they did eventually put their own version out of the Lighthouse. I just haven't picked it up yet.
All right. And I just think it felt good to have everybody back together. I miss both of you guys very much so.
Yes, the band
Aww.
back together. Aw,
Yeah.
let's go.
I really have. And I'm happy that we did this tonight.
Glad to be here.
All right. And then we should go to plug Phoebe.
Hi, I'm the Let's Play Princess. You can find me over on YouTube and Twitch under that name, Twitter and Blue Sky as the LP Princess, and on many such lovable podcasts as the one you're listening to right now, A Gamer Looks at 40, Jack Blaine Presents Game of the Big House, and my own podcast that I do with Teacher Bloke 85 called Nerds a Broadcast, where, am I allowed to say it, Ken?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Episode 77, we have Mr. Kenneth Sanity talking about indie horror films.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's go.
First time. It'll be
Hopefully
fun.
not the last.
Probably not. No.
And Bill.
Yeah, A Gamer Looks at 40, continuing it's ever continuing its trudge through nostalgia. By the time this airs, we will be long gone with Final Fantasy. Not sure where we'll be at
This
yet.
airs in next week, actually.
We're done. Well, it doesn't matter because the episode that releases as of this recording on Monday is the last Final Fantasy episode, and then we'll see where we go. We'll see where it goes. But regardless, there's 136 episodes of A Gamer Looks at 40, and you can check all those episodes out and even more at agamerlooksat4040.com. Go check it out. It's a fine testament and totem to the games of yore. So check it out.
Ken, do you have anything to plug?
No, I don't. But bargain bin for the Untouchables NES game, Bill.
Yes, I keep forgetting about that. Let me put that in the giant.
God.
Let me put that down on the giant sheet. I have an Excel sheet. I will.
I
I'll
still
do
want to
that.
hear that.
We can make that happen.
I have a special love for that game.
The Untouchables. I don't even think I know.
Didn't you also have to do the NES Darkman game at some point?
Yes, that's the other one. We gotta do Untouchables video game. I don't remember this. I should. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay,
I understand. Trust me. I write
We will
everything
make
down.
this happen.
I
I will write Untouchables, and I know we have to do Darkman. Yes.
I feel like
The
the last
movie
time I said anything about Untouchables was literal years ago, so don't beat yourself up.
That's fair. And so
wow.
Untouchables and Darkman, we'll just get together for about an hour and a half and just knock some stuff out. It'll be a good time. And with Darkman, we'll do movie and game. We'll just knock it all out.
I should watch that movie one day.
My heart.
Fair enough.
I love that movie.
All right. If you enjoyed this episode, over 900 other episodes of this podcast, we do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. If you enjoy what you hear and you want to hear more, there is more on Podbean. You can hear if you want to hear our other Robert Eggers episode, The Witch, will be in the show notes, so check that out too. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon, Little Dog vote in our polls. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. We are back to 2 polls at least for 2 months. So January, February will be 2 polls each. I got plans. So already written down, ready to go. So you'll be hearing that. You'll go vote. And if you donate $10 or more, I will plug your podcast or YouTube every episode I make during that month, like these lovely people, Phoebe Stanton, the Let's Play Princess, you already stuff, and Zach from the Absolutely the Best Podcast, A Work in Progress, talk about MC movies, MCU adjacent movies, and they're currently doing the Alien Predator franchise. So check them out. If you want to be on the show, if you want to suggest things for the show, if you just want to lurk and make me happy, join the Discord. It's free. We're a pretty cool Discord. You can just join and make the number tick. I'm okay with that too. So please do that. And we just shot my awesome intro and outro because Helena at Hell Has Free. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and review the Friggage Podcast. I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
So long.
See you, dog.